B'siyata d'ishmaya, Parashas Vayero. It's brought down in the Torah Kedosha that after Avraham Avinu circumcised himself, he was sick. Vayero elov Hashem be'eloi nemamre levaker sachoyle, the Gemara on Soito, page 14 says. Avraham Avinu was sick, and Hashem came to visit him. Uba Kadosh Baruch Hu v'shal b'shloimoi. Hashem came to greet the sick. One of the things we learn from Hashem, Ma'u Afato, the same way Hashem acts, we have to act, is Bikur Cholim. The Gemara in Sukkah says the Torah is Torah's Chesed. It starts with Chesed. Hashem married off Adam v'Chava, finished with Chesed. He buried Moshe Rabbeinu. But all along Hashem did Chesed. Bikur Cholim. He came to visit Avraham Avinu. It's one of the fundamental things that we have to learn from Hashem, to walk in the ways of Hashem, to visit the sick. The Gemara says, if somebody's sick and you go visit him, you take 1/60th of his sickness. Shlomo HaMelech says, if you have to be in a good condition, you have to be the same age, etc., the same mindset. Shlomo HaMelech says, Ruach ish machaleyu. The spirit of a person heals a person. When a person is sick, if you heal his spirit, he becomes healed. Ruach ish machaleyu. The Ruach Machaleyu, that's the language, I think. No. Ruach ish Machaleyu, which means, but it means the same thing. It means the spirit of a person heals a person. If a person is sick, if he has positive energy, if his spirit is up, Shlomo HaMelech says we become healed. There's conventional medicine and there is spiritual medicine. The spiritual medicine is what? You lift up the spirit of the sick person. The spirit of a person can change his machla, to change his sickness. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to visit Avraham Avinu in the height of his sickness in Yom HaShlishi LeMilosoi. Yom HaMishin is that not only that, the Gemara Moikoton says, when a person is sick, the first day you don't come visit him. Second day, by the third day, you come visit him because it gets snow. Maybe you come here, but if it's kavua, then you go visit him. Here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to visit Avraham Avinu in his peak of his sickness after 3 days. To shal b'shloimo, to heal him. So imagine, Hashem comes. Avraham Avinu wants to stand up for Hashem. Hashem says, no, sit down. And then what happens? Vayiso eino vayar. He picked up his eyes and he saw. There's a big machloikes between the Rambam and Rashi. This story is a vision or reality? According to the Rambam, this whole story is a Mara Nevuah. Vayiso eino vayar was a scenery of a prophecy. It wasn't reality. Could be the Rambam admits was also reality and also Nevuah. That's sometimes some years I clear, they're not clear to me. But the Pashas Rambam says the Mara Nevuah. It's very hard because then the whole story, the whole thing, it seems to be the whole thing is Nevuah. So we don't have the whole story of Kemach, Rusha, Sugod, the food he gave them. If it's only Mara Nevuah. But that's what the Rambam says. But the Pashas of the Midrashim and Rashi and all the Rishonim, it's a reality of a story. Hashem came to visit him, and in the midst of the visiting, Avraham Avinu sees 3 people that's standing there. He saw him all up. Vayoratz likroso. He ran towards them from the opening of the tent, and he bowed down to them. Vayomer adoino yimno motzosichem beinecho. Al na tavo. The question is, this is Shem Hashem or Tzchoy? The Stipler says the same Shem Hashem is brought down also by Lot. When the angels came to Lot, he says also there the same language. That Lot, Vayomer ineno Adonai suruno el beis avdeichem v'nu v'ratzur alechem. There he says Amoinoi without komats. Here said with a komats. So the Stipler says here it's a right to the Ashkenazim that when you say Shem Hashem, you say Noi and not Nai like this Friday. Because here, if you're not going to, there's no difference between Nai and Noi. So why here by Avraham Avinu is Shem Hashem, is Hashem, and by Loik is Choyl. Both is written the same. But if you look according to the Kudah, according to the dots, there it's a Patach Nai, and here it's Noi. So he says, when you say Shem Hashem, you must say Noi. If you don't say Noi, say Nai, it's Choyl. So you're not Yoitze de Choyva.
Even if you're the Sephardi Shom?
What?
Even if you're the Shliach Tzibur, the Sephardi Shom?
Yes. He must say Noi. That's according to the Stipler. He wants to say even the Sephardi, they must say Noi. Okay, that's a Stipler Shita. But even though he says here by Avraham Avinu Vayomer Amoinoi with a komats, so Rashi says an amazing pshat that he wasn't talking to the three Arabs, angels that looked at Arabs. He was talking to Hashem, and what he's saying to Hashem, please Hashem, wait a while, and I have to run to take care of the orchim. I'm going to read the Gemara in Shavuos. Dovar Kodesh, the Gemara in Shavuos, page 35b. The Gemara in Shavuos says, Vayomer Amoino, he told Hashem, he told Hashem, wait for me. Let me run, bring the guest, let me take care of them, and I'll come back to you. Always when I read this Chazal, amazed me, how's it possible? How's it possible? Hashem is talking to him. Hashem, the Almighty, came to visit him to greet and say Shalom. He says, excuse me, I have guests. Wait a second. Why are you taking care of guests? To bring honor to Hashem. Now you have Hashem here. You have Hashem in front of you, you have to give him honor. So what do? You leave Hashem and say, bye-bye, sorry. I have guests, I have to take care of them. And he runs, and he slaughters animals for them, and he peels them off, and he bakes, and he cooks. Probably took a few hours. Bye-bye, a few hours. What an audacity. What an audacity. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has come to visit you. And then what? You say, sorry, I have to leave. I have to take care of guests. Come on, does it make sense? It's hard to soivel, to have this thing. It's the biggest disgrace. Hashem, the Almighty, is here in front of you, come to visit you. It's the whole goal is to do mitzvahs for Hashem. Hashem commands you. You do Hashem's command. Hashem is in front of you. You have to give him honest. The Almighty is here. Says bye-bye. I have to run. I have to take care of the guests, and you leave Hashem 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. You slaughter three bulls, and you take the tongues, and you cook, and you make sour, you make bread, you bake cakes. What's going on? You know how long it takes to kill a bull, to shecht a bull, to take his skin out, to salt, to put water. Avraham Avinu kept kol haTorah kulo. So you have to salt the meat, take the blood out, salt it, put on fire, make the fire, make a juicy, good steak tongue, and bring it, make chaldal, bake. What's going on? What's going on? This doesn't make sense. This question was asked by many big Baalei Mussar, Rabbi Yerucham Emir, and others asked this question. But a simple question. Anybody should answer this question. Doesn't make sense to me. To me, when I was a young boy, I read that, I couldn't figure it out. It didn't make sense to me. The question was, what really is the answer? The question is obvious. What really is the answer, or the simple understanding, the depths here, that was an audacity, was the right thing for Avraham Avinu to run and take care of the guests and come back. And it wasn't a disgrace. So the answer is, the question is the answer. Since the essence of Avraham Avinu was Achnos HaSochim, the essence of Avraham Avinu was Chesed, Avraham Avinu is Chesed. The midah of Chesed was the essence of Avraham Avinu. That was who was Avraham Avinu. So that was his essence. So Hashem came to greet Avraham. Why Hashem cares about Avraham Avinu to come to greet him? Because Avraham Avinu follows Hashem's ways. So what happens? Hashem comes to visit him, and Hashem brings a reality that 3 angels, which 3 Arabs, are there passing by. And he's waiting all day to look for Orchim. And Hashem put the strong sun, not to allow him. But now when Hashem comes, exactly as a cross point, that when Hashem is in front of him, the Shekhinah is here, and he has to give honor to the Shekhinah, and he has the mitzvah of Hashem, which is the essence of Avraham Avinu's Chesed, come in conjunction the same thing. So what is the achro? What is the depths of understanding of Hashem? Avraham Avinu is making a decision upon understanding who is the essence of Hashem. The essence of what Hashem wants in the human being. And he knows that the essence of Hashem is to follow his ways. And the ways of Hashem is Chesed. So we have Mahu Afata, Hashem is going to have to be Chesed. And they have opportunity of Chesed right now. In the middle of the day, the hot day, 3 people passing the desert, nobody's passing by. It's the most hottest day. Hashem took us Chalim in Artiko. Tremendous heat. Nobody can pass by. You know, in Saudi Arabia, especially in the summer, the whole country's dead. Between 10 o'clock in the morning to, I think, 2 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, everything is dead. They open from 5 to 10, 5 o'clock in the morning till 10, in Saudi Arabia. And then again from 5 till 10 at night. Or 5 till 8 or 9. You go to Saudi Arabia, the whole country is closed, shut. In the middle of the day, everybody goes into their house, they have air conditioning. The whole country is dead. Why? You can't walk in the day, you can't do nothing. In 10 to 2, 10 to 4, you can't do nothing. It's so hot, you can't do nothing. So the whole country goes to their house, they stop working, and they rest, and they talk, and they eat. They eat taula, shai is tea, who knows what. Who knows, they eat some dates, that's all they do. The whole country is dead. Here in the midst of the day, now, most hottest part of the day, he sees 3 people in the desert. They for sure need me. There's no doubt about it. They need my tent, they need my shade, they need my food. The biggest mitzvah. So Avraham Avinu now has a cross point. He has a scale. He has to give honor to Hashem. Hashem came to visit him. Or he wants to do Hashem's real will. Behind that will is to follow Hashem's ways. She understood that the biggest honor of Hashem is to do an act of following Hashem's ways and follow the essence of Avraham Avinu, which Avraham Avinu says. And if you look in a sefer, it's called Sifra de Tzniusa, that Avraham Avinu wrote. It says at the beginning of the Sifra that Avraham Avinu looked from the beginning to the end, and he saw Kava Kesef, and he saw that what builds the whole world is Chesed. Avraham Avinu was a young boy, he didn't know who is Hashem. How Avraham Avinu became midah of Chesed? Avraham Avinu, when he looked in the world, he looked in the creation of the world, in the spiritual world, the physical world, he saw that the common denominator of it's called chut, the rope that connects the whole world in Hashem's acting, running the world is Chesed. He understood this is the most fundamental midah, that oil of Chesed iboni, the Chesed, the world is built on Chesed. And if Hashem created that world in such a way, means that's the essence of the world, and that's what Hashem wants us in our essence to follow and act in His way, to follow His ways. Hashem doesn't need us. But He created the world to understand that midah in the creation of the world and to follow and act upon it. And that's an intrinsic essence, character of Hashem in the world that we have to follow and understand and apply. So Avraham Avinu understood that even though he has Hashem, the Shekhinah here, came to do what? To do Chesed with Him. That's the midah of Hashem, Bikur Cholim. What is Bikur Cholim? It's Chesed. Hashem, I love you, and I give you the most biggest honor, and I'm going to follow your ways that you showing me Chesed and visiting me. I'm going to do Chesed in the middle of the midst of you coming to me. I'm going to run out. Please, Hashem. Hashem, I found grace in His eyes. Don't go away, and I'm running to bring yes permission. But He stood, that's the right way. That's the real intrinsic will of Hashem coming to visit him, to teach him that this is the most intrinsic character the way Hashem runs the world for us, for you and me to learn, to follow. So right now, when it comes to a cross, this is what really Hashem, down deep, that's what He wants me to be in a test, and follow that test, and run to do the Chesed. And wasn't a disgrace. Avraham was a teaching. And that's why he left everything, and he went to do Chesed. Wow! What a lesson to Avraham Avinu, a lesson to us. They have to learn from this. Really, how much really the most intrinsic midah in the creation is Chesed. That's why Avraham Avinu is the foundation of all the patriarchs. Foundation Olam Chesed Iboneh. The foundation of Gvura and Tiferes, of Yitzchak and Yaakov is Chesed. This is the foundation. Without Chesed, the world cannot exist. And Hashem taught us in this Maaseh, and Avraham Avinu taught us with this Maaseh, acting with Hashem, that this is the most intrinsic midah in Chesed. And I want to say something very important to Yeshiva Bochim. A lot of Yeshiva Bochim says, I'm learning Torah. Sorry, Rabbi, I cannot help in the kitchen. Sorry, Rabbi, I cannot help a new boy to show his room. Sorry, Rabbi, I cannot help do the Chesed because I'm learning Torah. Baruch Hashem. But it's wrong. His Torah is not worth anything. With Hashem. He can take his Torah, this is words of my father. I wouldn't even say it unless my father listened to me. That's what he used to say. Flush it down the toilet, he used to say. Remember that, Rabbi Yoshua? Yeah. Said it many times. Because he misunderstood what his Torah is about. Torah is not just Torah. Avraham Avinu understood what it means to honor Hashem. Hashem came to visit him. But he understood Hashem, His essence is Chesed. So the Chesed that I'm learning from Hashem is to do right now Chesed and go in to do the Chesed right now and leave Hashem. Because Hashem doesn't need it, doesn't subtract nothing. By Mizim and Avizim, it's just a teaching for us for the benefit of man. So he had the moment and he ran to do Chesed. If a person is Torah is not Torah's Chesed, you can flush it down the toilet. His Torah is not Torah, and my father used to say all the time, you'll see. And then this guy is not going to be able to learn Torah, who get married, his wife, Parnos, who knows what, not going because he didn't do Chesed. So Hashem is Midas Adin, great. So his life, Torah will be Midas Adin. And he won't able to hold on in the world. In order for Torah to sustain, you have to have Chesed. The wife does Chesed for you, does Chesed for your wife, for your kids, Parnosa, kindness. The world is built on Chesed. Torah is Chesed. Torah starts with Chesed and with Chesed. This is the essence of Torah. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to do Chesed in the kitchen. We do Chesed in the yeshiva. A new boy comes in, be nice to him, teach him Torah, give from your wisdom to him, from your spiritual stage where you are to lift another Jew. Do Chesed, lift him to your stage, to your level. Do that. But without Chesed is, my father used to say, flush it down the toilet. This is what Avraham Avinu understood. The essence of Torah is Chesed. Avraham Avinu is always, not Bechira Avos, but he's the father of all the Avos. He's Ab Shekol Avos. He's the father of all the patriarchs. And he understood that the foundation of all is Chesed. Nistakel mitchila solam atzoifa, the Sifrit Tzniusa. The first, you read the first 3 lines of Sifrit Tzniusa, that Avraham Avinu looked from the beginning into the end of the world. He understood that the biggest meat that Hashem is teaching us in the world to act, to follow Him, is Chesed. And this is the first step. You want to learn Diaspora Yeshiva, the first lesson I teach you, What is the biggest milah you have to embrace? Is chesed. Chesed and Torah. We teach Avraham Torah. But after Torah, you have to have Torah means chesed. Torah is chesed al shoyno. You have Torah chesed. The Torah is Torah chesed. Torah starts with chesed, finish with chesed. This is the essence of Torah is chesed, to do chesed with yourself. They saw Hillel Azokim running. So all the Talmidim said, who's running? Maybe he's running to take care of an almana, taking care of a poor person. So where are you running, Rabbi? Hillel, the Gadol says, I'm running to do chesed. So who deserves chesed from the president of the Jewish people? Hillel Azokim. All the Talmidim ran. They took a microscopes. They took who knows what AI to follow. They took drones to follow Hillel to see where's he going. Who's the one that deserves chesed? What they saw him going to a bathhouse. He took care. He starts shaving himself, taking care in the heat. And he went out. Says, Rabbi, where's the chesed? He says, my body. I have to take care of my body. Chesed on my body. That's the first chesed of yourself. The Gemara in Gittin says, if you have two cities, one city has a little small spring of water, and the other city has no water at all. And if one city will use, the other city will die. Who's first? Your life is first. But what happens if this city has enough water for themselves to drink? And they have a little bit extra water and give the other city to drink. But if we'll give the other city to drink, they're not able to wash themselves and to wash their clothes. Who's first? Themselves. Because washing yourself, the Gemara said you become crazy if you don't wash yourself. You don't wash your clothes, you don't wash yourself. The person becomes off his mind. So it's chesed. Either ran to take his shower and it's chesed. There's no greater chesed in the body. So a person has to learn how to do chesed with himself. Chesed yourself means learn Torah. Chesed yourself, do the mitzvahs. Take care of your soul. To take care of your neshama. Do chesed with others. Do chesed with yourself. But the biggest midah in the Torah is midas chesed. Hashem should give us the bracha to understand this lesson. That Avraham Avinu has Hashem in front of him. And he runs away. He says, bye-bye. To do chesed because he understood this is the essence of Hashem. Hashem means his character that he reveals to us to act.